Hey everyone, welcome back. My name's Dr. Amna Husain, board certified pediatrician, board certified lactation consultant, and mom. And today we're not talking at all about parenting, pediatrics, or lactation consulting, nothing at all to do with breastfeeding. Today, June 14th, 2021, is mine and Dr. Zain's 7-year wedding anniversary. So I thought it would be kind of fun to do a YouTube where I actually take a walk down memory lane with you guys. I'm going to be watching my wedding highlight reel and kind of reliving what was going on at that time and talking you through some of our wedding ceremonies and what they mean. Okay, I have to stop this for just a second just to let you guys know that actually that is not my husband's wedding band. That's my brother-in-law's wedding band. So in our religion, the two ceremonies that really make up the wedding are actually something called the nikah, which is a legal ceremony, and the walima, which is after the marriage takes place. So our actually engagement and wedding bands had already been exchanged during the nikah, and the videographer and the photographer wanted to do this cute little setup of the wedding rings and bands, and Zain left the wedding band upstairs in his room. And so we just borrowed my brother-in-law's wedding band for this little setup.
तू ही तो जन्नत मेरी, तू ही मेरा जुनू, तू ही तो मन्नत मेरी, तू ही रूह का सुकून, तू ही अखियों की ठंडक, तू ही दिल की है दस्तक, और कुछ ना जानू मैं, बस इतना ही जानू.
So for those of you who are wondering what's going on right now, this is sort of the behind the scenes of a ceremony called the Mehndi. And I often describe this to some people as the rehearsal dinner. It's really more like an auspicious occasion. Again, it's not really necessary from a Muslim religious standpoint, but more from a cultural standpoint. It's something that's often seen in Pakistani and Indian cultures, that it's a time where you can, give auspicious tidings and blessings to the couple to be. As you can see, I do have like henna on my hands and feet. So I'm actually getting ready at my parents' house, so my house at that time. And these all were behind the scenes of different places in my parents' house.
तुझ में रब दिखता है यारा, मैं क्या करूं, तुझ में रब दिखता है यारा, मैं क्या करूं, सजदे सर झुकता है यारा, मैं क्या करूं, तुझ में रब दिखता है यारा, मैं क्या करूं.
Okay guys, so we are basically leaving the house and going to the hall where the Mehndi was going to happen. So the Mehndi is usually hosted by the girl's side, almost always hosted by the girl's side. So we arrived there first a few hours before. As you can see, I'm mostly ready, but we just did a few finishing touches, like putting my veil on, or my dupatta on. So my cousin and my sisters are helping me with that. And in a few minutes, you'll see Zain's family arriving. So typically for the Mehndi, like I've mentioned, it's more of a time where you can give auspicious tidings and blessings and well wishes to the couple. It is a time that's more like sort of joyous, and there's a lot of dancing potentially as well, but music. But it's a really just sort of go with the flow, lighthearted, enjoyable sort of function.
इश्क मजहब इश्क मेरी जात बन गई.
you guys can see that first sort of Zain's family arrives, then the bride sort of enters, and then everybody's feeding you guys like something sweet. And I know it seems kind of weird that people are feeding you, but it is tradition. So again, not religious, but more from a cultural standpoint, it's tradition. And then it's nice because you burn it all off in a big dance party at the end, right?
ढोलक में ताल है, पायल में छन छन।
So now they're just going to show a few clips of the videographer. He was basically taping us while the photographer was taking pictures for the Mehndi, but it's going to transition into a second reception. So this second reception is what we call the shadi, and this is a little bit of a bigger function, but it's celebrating the marriage. So this might be where you've typically seen either Pakistani or Indian brides wearing like a beautiful red outfit or lots of like heavy jewelry, etc. So this is a bigger function, and again it's celebrating really the marriage. And the marriage Islamically has already really happened because it was a nikah ceremony. So for Zain and I, that was a really small ceremony we actually did, but that's really the legal ceremony in Islam from our standpoint.
कहते हैं खुदा ने इस जहां में सभी के लिए किसी ना किसी को है बनाया, हर किसी के लिए तेरा मिलना है उस रब का इशारा, मानो मुझको बनाया तेरे जैसे ही किसी के लिए। कहते हैं खुदा ने इस जहां में सभी के लिए किसी ना किसी को है बनाया, हर किसी के लिए तेरा मिलना है उस रब का इशारा, मानो मुझको बनाया तेरे जैसे ही किसी के लिए। कुछ तो है तुझसे राबता।
The guys really don't have a lot to get ready. I remember my wedding started at like 6 p.m. I think I was at the hotel by like 1 to get ready.
हम सफर है फिर क्या फिक्र है, जीने की वजह यही है मरना इसी के लिए।
दिल ने ये कहा है दिल से।
So here you guys can see that we had quite a few people over, much larger than the Mehndi, much larger than our legal wedding ceremony, the nikah. Zain's entrance was similar to the Mehndi. The guy kind of enters first and then the girl enters later. So his parents are on either side of him and my parents are on the left. Typically the wedding ceremony, once the bride arrives, you might take a few pictures, there might be speeches, obviously dinner, cake cutting, slideshows, so a lot of the same sort of traditions you might have seen in just typical weddings that you've been to. However, the clothes are a little bit more colorful, and then you'll also see some portraits and pictures that we're posing for as well.
मोहब्बत हो गई है तुमसे, दिल ने ये कहा है दिल से, मोहब्बत हो गई है तुमसे मेरी जान मेरे दिल भर मेरा एतबार कर लो जितना बेकरार हूँ मैं खुद को बेकरार कर लो मेरी धड़कनों को समझो तुम भी मुझसे प्यार कर लो दिल ने ये कहा है दिल से मोहब्बत हो गई है तुमसे
You could probably see on my face that I was like super nervous walking in. All I could think of was, I'm gonna fall, I'm gonna fall, I'm gonna fall. And I'm wearing this heavy thing and I'm pretty sure I'm just gonna fall. And I was a medical student at the time and all I could think of was like knee joint anatomy. Make your knees work, make your legs bend. I was literally all nerves. For some reason, I just thought I was gonna fall. Could maybe also see that like anytime I saw my dad or I was up on stage and met eyes with my dad, I got a little teary. So typically culturally with Pakistani or Indian weddings, there's something called a rukhsati at the end. And that's sort of symbolic of, okay, the bride is leaving her family and becoming part of a new family and forging her own family. So they're gonna show that now and everybody's all tears. So, just letting you all know.